everybody, is David from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button down below. Also, if you check the description, you will see that there is a link to my Patreon account. If you click that, you can recommend movies and music for me to listen to and review for you. Now, with that being said, we are back at it again with the last and final episode, episode 10 of Karate Kid. Bah! You know what I'm saying? So this is the grand finale. So I'm going to just go ahead and go in. We're in the final episode. I'm just going to go in with the spoiler, you know what I'm saying? So this is off top. I'm just talking about how I feel. And I'm just going to talk about everything. Let's talk about the entertaining stuff. Johnny finally getting closure with Allie. It feels like I get it. It was for nostalgia purposes. It was to relive the dream and all that good stuff. But, and it was done so he can move on. But who cares? Like, I mean, it's not really that serious. You didn't have to make half of the damn episode about it. Like, I don't care. I didn't care. I don't care, right? Like, seriously, you could have filled the episode with more interesting stuff. With that being said, let's move on to the more interesting things. We know that Cobra Kai season 2 ended with a huge brawl. That brawl was amazing. It was awesome. It was dope. And, you know, I couldn't hope for more of that. So I'm thinking season 3 is going to end with kind of the same thing. You're going to have a huge fight, huge brawl, or something, you know, that was just as epic as the previous season. What did we get? We got a house brawl. I mean, that's cool. That's tight. But at the same time, it's like it was lacking. The timing of all these fighters were off. People were just rolling around and sliding on the floor like they was rolling, like somebody threw vegetable oil on the floor and they were just sliding all over the place. Like, man, a lot of the fight choreography, I don't know if it's the fight choreography or just the people themselves, they were really, 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 really shitty at doing the choreography or whatever they're supposed to be doing. Like Dimitri, there was a scene where he was fighting and he barely even lifted up his damn leg, and it looked so cheesy and cheap and ridiculous, you know. And then we had the team up scene with him and Hawk, and it was just dumb. Like, it was just really, really, really dumb. I wasn't digging it. But no lie, Hawk proved yet again what I've been saying all season, that he is a good fighter. And what I mean by that is just his acting is on point, because everything that he was in, acting wise, the fighting wise, and things like that, the choreography, he was on point. That little kick that he did, you know, that was on point. That was tight. But it's like, why can't everybody else be on point like you? A lot of the fights were sloppy. The actors looked like they were just throwing each other around. And the fights looked hella unbelievable. Like, a lot of the little fights that were happening would look hella unbelievable. The only good thing out of that was the Sam and Tori fight. That was tight. That was real cool, by the way. That was really, really cool. Like, I enjoyed that a lot. Also, shout out to my boy Miguel, because Miguel always puts it down and does exactly what he's supposed to do. He is also another one on the show that's on point with his choreography, fighting choreography. I feel like him, Hawk, and Tori and Sam are always on point with they fighting. And I understand why them other kids get pushed to the back, because they garbage. Their fighting choreography is freaking trash. What else do we got here? So fast forward, we finally have the big fight at the end. Now, the big fight was the best freaking fight ever. Like, that fight was dope. We had Johnny squaring off against Kreese. This is exactly what we've been wanting since the beginning. Johnny gave him them hands, boy. He put them on him, put them paws on him. And Kreese Kreese had to bow down, boy. And if it wasn't for stupid ass Robbie over here, like, leave him alone, you know, and freaking Johnny had to push that boy into a freaking locker, even though he wasn't trying to, but still, it's kind of funny because it's like, come on, man. Kreese was over there trying to kill people, man. Kreese was over there trying to body people. And then it's kind of funny because you get the flashback to John Kreese that finishes his story arc, his flashback arc, and you see that the reason why he's like that is because his captain made him like that. His captain made him that way because of him, he ended up in a situation where people died, and he felt like, in order for me to prevent this from ever happening again, I need to do the complete opposite. I need to just end it when I have the first opportunity to do it. Strike no matter what. You know, whoever gets hurt, they get hurt. Whatever. My mission is my mission, and I need to get it done. So that's pretty interesting. But Johnny put them paws on him. Kreese gets the upper hand. My boy LaRusso comes in and saves the day. And then Kreese kind of taunts him when he's like, man, get out of here with that defensive only shit. And he was like, don't trip. I learned a couple tricks when I was up at Okinawa. And he was like, he was like, oh, my arm. My arm. I can't. He was like, hit him again. The other arm went out. And he gave him that little kangaroo kick, son, to his kneecap and made him fall. And he was going to put that final blow on him. And then all of a sudden, Sam and Miguel walked up. Man, I don't give a damn. If my kid walked up, I would have been like, yo, close your eyes. Son. He should have ended Kreese's career, bro. Like, he should have just put him down. Kreese done too much damage for you to be over here trying to play Mr. Nice Guy. Like, who gives a shit? Like, your daughter will understand why you put that man in a coma. Everybody will understand. If you say he's the menace that he's supposed to be, or he's saying that he's the menace that he is, this man put a freaking snake in your car. Like, he was trying to off you. You might as well just go ahead and end that man's career. I don't know why you held back. So we have the typical ending scenario where it's like, tournament, loser, leaves town for good. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, bro, we've had this dumbass scenario over and over and over again. Like, I get it. It's a cliche thing that we see in the story arc continuously. And it's like, why do y'all gotta wait for a tournament? Just throw hands. Like, just have y'all got a dojo. Just throw hands in the dojo. Whoever wins, wins. As simple as that. Like, y'all don't need no damn tournament in order to do it. I mean, I guess if it's one of the things where it's like you have to have the public acknowledge that, you know, your dojo lost, because you can always deny it behind the scenes. Just have somebody record and put that shit on Facebook. Why you always gotta have it tournament, prepare time, you know? I think that's pretty like, it's kind of overrated. So I knew that towards the end of this season that we were going to have what ends up happening. I had a feeling that in order for them to beat Cobra Kai, that both Johnny and LaRusso are going to have to team up to train the students to defeat Cobra Kai. And that's what ends up happening. I remember having this discussion with friends. I wasn't doing YouTube at the time, but prior to this, we were watching season 2, and season 2 ended. And I'm like, yo, if you notice, they always highlight that Miyagi-Do is completely defense. And then they highlight that Cobra Kai is completely offense. And I felt that somewhere in the line that they're going to have to somewhat blend the two together in order to create this interesting fighting style that can compete with Cobra Kai. And me personally, I'll say that for later. But that's what I felt like was going to end up happening. Also, like I said earlier, we finally reached the end of the Kreese storyline, and I felt like it was a very good way to end it with his story arc with the flashback scenes. And then we also have the him talking on the phone at the end of somebody, and I'm going to make a separate video, a prediction video about that, and then I'm also going to go over an overview of the whole season. So that's my thoughts about the episode as I watched it, and the ideas that I had and the notes that I took and things like that as I was watching the episode. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. But all in all, it was a great season. It was fun. I think the season finale wasn't as good as previous season, but you know what? We'll get into that in another video. Until next time, this is Dave from the 80s. You are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope to see you guys next time. Adios.